And we're ready to start now. Hallo, tady Lenka. It's Friday, the end of the second week of the lockdown, the second week when we are mostly at home and not expected to go outside. And when I was watching the broadcast from yesterday, I noticed how very pale I was. I looked dead yesterday. So I decided today that I have to take you for a walk. Actually, I went for a walk today and it was beautiful, a beautiful day, sunny, and the birds were singing, and it was really warm. And I remembered last night we were talking about weather. Right? I asked one of the 17 questions that I asked was, what is the weather like? And you answered, it is quite cold. And it was. But today, everything was different. The weather is beautiful, or was beautiful today. I'm not as pale any longer because I went for a walk. And I also wanted to change the background so that we can together go for a walk. And we can together talk about the weather, because it's one of the most popular topics, especially in England. Have you ever been to Britain? Have you ever been to England? Because if you have, then you know that the weather in Britain changes really fast. It can be really sunny in the morning, and then 2 hours later it's raining, and then in the afternoon it's sunny again, and it changes rapidly. There can be several seasons in one day in Britain. That is why the British talk about weather so often. And also they use weather idioms. Now, do you know what an idiom is? Idiom is an expression that you have to know, because if you just look at the words, you have no idea what it's talking about, right? So you have to know the idioms. And idioms are sometimes really difficult for English students, exactly because when you look at the words, you do not understand. So that's why today I want to combine these two things and talk both about weather and idioms. We will have a look at some weather idioms. We will have a look at expressions that use weather to talk about something else. Now, before we move on to it, I have to double check that everything goes fine, that you can see me, that you can hear me. I see no comments that would be telling me that something is not working, so I double check my microphone. I can see myself on the screen, so I suppose everything is fine. Let's talk about weather for a little bit. What is the weather like? Let's practice a little bit from yesterday, but tell me today, what is the weather like where you are? Now type into the comments. I want to see what's the weather like where you are, or what was the weather like today. So let me know in the comments what's the weather like, so that we can establish the topic for today. Yeah, let's hope that everything's working fine, because except from one comment from, okay, there we go, yay. Petra was here, Daniela can hear me and see me, perfect. Karin is here, Eva is here, Hanka is here, Petra, Lucia who says that Karin was here yesterday just as Petra was, perfect. Now you can hear me, you can see me, perfect. Now type into the comments about the weather today where you are. So what was the weather like today? It was a sunny day today, I suppose. That's what Lenka says. And you like sunny weather, right? Petra also says that it was very nice, that the weather was very nice. Nice weather, right? It's spring, and it's happening without us because we're locked at home and we cannot leave. But now at least I put this background so that we can go together for a walk. Perfect. It was the weather was beautiful. Remember that with weather we use the, not most of the time, right? So we can say the weather was beautiful. The weather was really sunny, not it was a beautiful weather. You can say it was a beautiful day. Yeah, that works. But with weather, the weather. And you can practice the weather. Well, it's kind of a difficult thing to pronounce. So you can practice the weather was beautiful today. Perfect. Eva says that she spent her day in the garden. Oh, how I miss my garden. I live in an apartment. I do not have garden, so I cannot go out to the garden. I only can go to a park. Perfect. Now, let's go back to what I already talked about, weather idioms. Some time ago, we talked with Abby, my friend and colleague, about our feelings, about our emotions, and we actually used quite a few idioms. So I want us today to watch this older video together, and then I'll walk you through the idioms so that you can practice. Not only watch the video that is available on YouTube, but we will talk about the idioms, we will practice the idioms. So tomorrow when you speak English, you can use not just usual normal English words, but idioms, which is really a level up. Okay, so let's have a look at the video. Try to catch the idioms. You will see that I put some help in there. You will see them highlighted throughout the conversation. So watch out for the idioms, because I will ask you after the video what idioms, what expressions about weather you heard in the video. So ready? Let's go and watch the video together.
And Lights, Camera, English.
The British talk about the weather all the time, and I sometimes feel like a weather idiot.
Oh, well, don't feel like a weather idiot. Just learn some weather idioms.
How are you today?
I'm as right as rain. How about you?
I'm under the weather.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Is it funny?
No, I'm sorry. It's not funny. I love how English you're becoming. You're even using the weather to talk about how you feel.
Well, unlike you.
Oh yes, okay. I'm as right as rain. I feel great. Yeah, okay.
I don't feel so great.
No, under the weather. I'm sorry.
Well, I can handle it.
But it's really interesting how many English idioms actually use weather. Weather words.
Like a storm in a teacup.
Yes. Or the calm before the storm.
Right.
I propose a race.
A race?
Yes, we have 5 minutes to find as many weather idioms as possible.
All right.
Ready?
Let's go.
Go!
Ready?
Yes, you go first.
Okay. Every cloud has a silver lining.
Nice. Yes. And that means?
That there is always something positive, even in a bad situation.
Right. Very nice. What else?
I thought we would take turns.
Oh, okay. Well, I have a confession. I wrote a story.
A story?
Yes. Well, I found a few.
About?
About. Should I just read it for you?
Okay.
Okay. Paul is always chasing rainbows. He likes to succeed come rain or shine. One day he got wind of a great opportunity at work. He was nervous, but he threw caution to the wind and applied, even though he knew Annabelle was also applying. He planned his interview carefully and made a joke at the beginning to break the ice. He got the job and started working in his new office, but very soon he was snowed under. So much work. He had to prepare a big presentation to show off everything he was working on. But on the day of the presentation, He was feeling so under the weather that he had to take a rain check and put the presentation on ice. Annabelle, however, did her presentation and it was a big success. She totally stole his thunder and now she's on cloud 9.
That's really good.
Thank you.
Well, let me see. I know some of them. So, Paul is always chasing rainbows.
Yep.
Meaning he's always trying to do things that might be unrealistic.
Yes, yes.
Okay. He likes to succeed, come rain or shine, whatever the situation, every time. One day, he got wind of a great opportunity. Got wind of?
Oh, to get wind of something is to hear it, not necessarily through the official routes, but just maybe secrets. You get wind of these things.
Okay, so he learned about a great opportunity. Mm-hmm. He was nervous, but he threw caution to the wind. Decided to go for it.
Yes, even if it seemed reckless and crazy.
Okay, and applied even though he knew Annabelle was also applying. He planned his interview carefully and made a joke at the beginning to break the ice.
Yes.
To make the situation friendlier, warmer.
Easier to start.
Okay. He got a job. Yay. And started working in his new office. But very soon, he was snowed under.
Mm-hmm. I
thought he was working in an office.
He is.
And then they sent him outside and it started snowing?
No. To be snowed under is to have so much work you can barely cope.
So much work. Yeah, that's the next sentence.
Well.
He was snowed under. So much work. He had to prepare a big presentation to show off everything he was working on. But on the day of the presentation, he was feeling so under the weather.
Oh.
That he had to take a rain check. A rain check?
To cancel or postpone something.
Okay. And put the presentation on ice.
Yeah. To kind of freeze
Store it in the fridge?
Yeah. to stop it, to put it on hold. To freeze it and defrost later.
Annabelle,
oh,
however, she did her presentation and it was a big success. She totally stole his thunder.
Totally took the attention away from him.
Which made him depressed. While she is on cloud 9.
Yes.
So happy on cloud 9.
Happy.
Wow.
What do you think?
It's really good.
Thank you. Do I win?
Yes.
Oh.
So that was it.
Don't forget to like our video.
And subscribe to our channel.
For more great videos.
And if you want to download the transcript.
Lesson notes.
Or some extra goodies.
Then head over to our website.
And here I am back again. You can see I have the same shirt. I wanted you to feel comfortable and almost like on the day when we were shooting that video. Okay, so how was it? I hope you took notes or you memorized some of the expressions, because guess what I'm going to ask you to do now. Now we have almost 20 people on the live broadcast. So I want us to use our collective memory to put together the list of the weather idioms that you could hear in the video. So type in the chat box, type in the comments which weather idioms you remember. Doesn't have to be in order. First one can come third, that doesn't matter. I just want you to think back about the video and type anything you remember, any idioms that you caught. You know, there were these red bubbles that helped you to recognize that there was an idiom. Now let's see how many we can get together. I will open the comments and I cannot wait for you to start typing the idioms that you understood or remembered from the video. Now let's see. Under the weather. Yes, perfect, Karin. Now, if there is something that you do not understand, then we can go over it. So under the weather, it's like not feeling well at all. I feel under the weather. Not exactly sick, but not well. Okay, that's under the weather. I certainly hope you're not feeling under the weather right now. Every cloud has a silver lining, right? Clouds, that means rain. But when there is a silver lining, I mean there is always something positive, even in negative situations. Perfect. Stanya says, put something on ice means to freeze it, kind of, to let it wait, right? Not dealing with it. Or break ice, that's to open a meeting or a conversation when people do not know each other. It's good to use a joke or a little activity so that you can break the ice. Hold on the ice, that's put on ice, break ice. Perfect. Under the weather. You're doing so great. Now, I cannot wait for some more. I hope that you can remember more. So we have under the weather, we have break ice, we have put something on ice, we have every cloud has a silver lining. Let's see if you can remember some more. What about something about wind, maybe? Do you remember something about wind? I think there were two about wind. So I think to break ice, that's a popular one. We even use it in Czech, I think, like an icebreaker, right? So when we open a conversation. Under the weather, you remember that very well as well. That's nice. Now let's see if you remember some more. To be on cloud 9. Yeah, to be on cloud 9 means to be very, very excited, very happy, right? You have cloud 1, cloud 2 is even higher, even higher, even higher. Cloud 9 is like to be really, really excited about something, to be really happy. To steal someone's thunder, right? Perfect. To steal someone's thunder means that you steal attention from someone. You know, like at a wedding, the bride and the bridegroom are the stars of the ceremony. You know, but when somebody gets drunk, then he or she can steal the thunder from the stars. So that means that when they get the attention that is not supposed to be theirs. Perfect. Jana says she is one cloud. She is on cloud 9. Yeah, first cloud, second cloud, cloud 9. To be on cloud 9. Perfect. Okay, I've prepared a little extra exercise for you. I will walk you through the text, through Abby's text, and you will help me to complete the idioms. So let's see. I will switch over. No, it was right in front of the picture, so just like that. Okay, so you see Paul is always, and I left hints, I left pictures that would help you to guess what the idiom is. So here we are starting with the first sentence of the little story about Paul and his nemesis Annabelle. Paul is always, so what is Paul always doing? Can you remember? Can you complete the blank space that I left out there? What is Paul always doing? One of the pictures provides a hint, should help you to complete the sentence. So let's see how we're doing here. He is always chasing rainbows. Yep, that's the correct answer. Perfect. Thanks. He likes to succeed. Now, do you know what is the next one? He likes to succeed. We need a verb. we need a verb, and then we need the weather words. Chasing rainbows is the first one, as Daniela correctly completed. He likes to succeed. So the rainbow picture is gone, right? It's not there anymore. He likes to succeed, and this is the hint for the next one. He likes to succeed. Come, rain or shine. Okay. Come rain or shine means whatever happens, whatever the situation. In every situation, he wants to succeed. He's very ambitious. And in every situation, he wants to succeed. So he likes to succeed, come rain or shine. Come rain or shine. Somebody type it for me in the comments so that I see that it got all the way through you. So he likes to succeed, come rain or shine. Yep. Let's move on to the next one. One day he something of a great opportunity at work. One day he something of a great opportunity at work. Yeah. So here we had chasing rainbows, that's gone. We had come rain or shine, it's also gone. Yeah. Now, do you remember what this might represent? One day he something of a great opportunity at work, and we need to use wind. Yeah, can you remember what that was? One day he got wind. Okay, one day he got wind. Again, why it is wind? Who knows? Because it's English and because the British like talking about weather, I suppose. Got wind means he received information that was probably not official. Okay, it was not through the formal channels. It was information that he just learned about. He got wind. He got wind of a great opportunity at work. He was nervous, but and now we need to use the wind hint one more time. What did he do? Yeah. Now the meaning here is that he decided to risk it. Okay, he decided he would go for it despite the possible risks. And we need to use the wind hint, wind idiom. Now, do you remember what the idiom was? What did he do with the wind? He was nervous, but he did something and applied, even though he knew Annabelle was also applying. Now, clearly, Paul did not like Annabelle. Annabelle was his enemy. He didn't like Annabelle. He was a competitor. And he was a little afraid, maybe, because Annabelle was really good. But he wanted this new opportunity, so he did something. And for that something, we need, again, the hint is here in the middle. It's the middle picture. Okay, I'm going to reveal the text to you now. Okay, he threw caution to the wind. Yeah, he threw caution to the wind. Now, you should recognize, I'll put myself on screen, to throw is this, right? You can throw a ball, yeah? But he threw caution. That means he decided to risk it. When you have caution, you're careful. You're not risking, but he threw caution to the wind and decided to go for it, decided to risk it. He threw caution, okay, not worries, caution. He threw caution to the wind. Okay. Now here we have the full text with the blanks filled in. I'm going to read the text and I want you to repeat after me. I will leave pauses for you to repeat sentence after sentence, because you remember how important it is to speak when you want to speak. So now is your opportunity. Even when I cannot hear you, I will read the sentences and I want you to repeat after me, but speak aloud, right? Speaking aloud is important. You need to speak aloud. Okay, let's do it. Paul is always chasing rainbows. He likes to succeed come rain or shine. One day, he got wind of a great opportunity at work. He was nervous, but he threw caution to the wind and applied. Even though he knew Annabelle was also applying. Did you speak aloud? I hope you did. Type aloud if you practice aloud with me. Type aloud in the comments if you spoke out loud. Let me know. I want to know. I want to make sure that you practice along with me. And we are ready to move on to the next slide. Here we go. Now, so we already know that he got wind of a great opportunity and he had to go to an interview. And he planned his interview carefully and made a joke at the beginning to He planned his interview carefully and made a joke at the beginning to. Again, I left hints for you. Now these are the winter idioms. So he made a joke at the beginning to break the ice. Okay, he made a joke at the beginning to break the ice. Break the ice. Okay, you got that. He got the job and started working in his new office. But very soon he was, and we need this one, he was snowed under. Yeah, with snow on top of him. He was snowed under. Yeah, very soon he was snowed under. You see, there is a lot of snow. He had a lot of work, so much work. It felt like he was snowed under. He was snowed under. Yep, there we go, snowed under. That's exactly it. Now, here we had only 2 idioms here. So again, the same exercise. I will show you the full text. I will read it out loud. I will leave pauses and I want you to repeat out loud. Even if it's difficult, even if it's difficult. With the text you can read it, but try to speak out loud, okay? Deal? Let's do it. He planned his interview carefully and made a joke at the beginning to break the ice. Made a joke at the beginning to break the ice. He got the job and started working in his new office. But very soon he was snowed under. So much work. Okay, now the task here was to speak aloud. I checked your comments to see if you are following speaking aloud, my example, and speak aloud. And well done, Clara and Daniela and Blanca. Even though you didn't know the phrases, you can go back to check them up. Well done. So let's move on to the next part. And again, I left hints so that you can finish the phrases. He had to prepare a big presentation to show off everything he was working on. But on the day of the presentation, he was feeling so... Now, this was one of the phrases you remembered well. So you probably remember what he was feeling like. He was feeling so... right? He wasn't feeling just right. He wasn't feeling well. He was feeling under the weather. Exactly, Karin. Perfect. Well done. He was feeling so under the weather that he had to... What did he have to? Again, I left a big hint here. I left a big hint for you. Now, this is really an idiom, right? He had to... And I left the pictures there, but just the pictures don't tell you much because it is an idiom. But it is an idiom that's about the things that are in this picture. So if you can recognize, if you remember maybe something, he had to take a rain check. Take a rain check means to not accept an invitation. Yeah? Maybe when a friend tells you, let's come over, let's come see us on Sunday, and you don't want to, you take a rain check. You take a rain check and you don't go. You don't accept the invitation. So here, because he was feeling under the weather, he had to take a rain check and put it on ice. Put the presentation on ice. Yeah? So put on ice is the last idiom here. He had to take a rain check. That's this one. And put the presentation on ice. Oh. He was feeling under the weather. He had to take a rain check and put the presentation on ice. Okay. Now again, we are going to have a speaking exercise here. So again, let's follow my lead. I will read it to you and I want you to speak aloud and practice saying these phrases, because we need to get the words from our head through our mouth out to the world. So you have to speak, right? So let's try. He had to prepare a big presentation to show off everything he was working on. That's a long sentence. But on the day of the presentation, he was feeling so under the weather that he had to take a rain check and put the presentation on ice. How's it going? I hope that it's getting easier. Yep. Take a rain check, Lucia says, and that is correct. That's one of the idioms. Let's finish it up. This is the last part of the text. Annabelle, however, did her presentation and it was a big success. She totally and it's this one. She totally, again, I'm waiting, hoping that you will type your guesses, your estimates, your suggestions into the comment box, and someone remembers what did Annabelle do to our hero, to Paul, when he was feeling under the weather and had to take a rain check and put his presentation on ice. Yep. Well, she did her presentation and she totally stole his thunder. Yes, she stole his thunder. That's why we have this picture here. Now, thunder, that is the sound, right? Like, that's the thunder. Lightning is what you see. So lightning is what you see. Thunder is what you hear. When it's a heavy rainstorm, you have lightning and you have thunder. And lightning is what you see. Thunder is what you hear. And she totally stole his thunder. And now she is... And again, we have clouds here. We have cloud 1. We have cloud 2. We have cloud 3, cloud 4, and Annabelle, after her successful presentation, is, let's see, I'm leaving hints here, cloud 1, cloud 2, cloud 3, cloud 4. Do you remember where she is? She is on cloud 9. Yes, she is on cloud 9. She totally stole his thunder and now she's on cloud 9. Well, good luck to Paul after Annabelle's presentation. Well done, everyone. Let's finish up the last part of the text. Again, the same exercise. I will read, leave pauses, and you speak up, right? You read it aloud right after me. So, Annabelle, however, did her presentation and it was a big success. She totally stole his thunder and now she's on cloud 9. So that was our story today about Paul and his colleague Annabelle, and about the weather idioms that described how Paul was feeling through this little adventure of his. Now, I know that today was a little bit more difficult than the other lessons that we have, but remember, Monday and Thursday is for low-level students, and Tuesday and Fridays are more advanced, and I think Friday is the perfect opportunity to practice more advanced English so that everybody who joined us in our Facebook group can learn something at least one day of the week. Now, I saw in the comments some of you joined us late, so you can go back. I also left a link to the blog post and the video that you can watch again and again and again to practice the idioms. I will leave a handout with the text so that you can check how much you remembered, like yesterday or the day after yesterday, because idioms are fun. When you know how to use idioms in English, you're really advanced. And here you have a couple that you can learn, at least a few of them, to spice up your English a little bit. Thanks so much to everyone who was here today for our live broadcast, and thanks to everyone who is watching the recording. It was wonderful to have you here throughout the week. Feel really blessed that we can connect via the internet now when we cannot meet in person. I wish you a wonderful evening. I wish you a very calm, peaceful weekend. And remember that any day is a good day to learn English. And after weekend, I will meet you again on Monday at 7 p.m. for our next live broadcast. So have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you again in our Facebook group, of course, and on Monday in our live broadcast. Enjoy the rest of the week. See you on Monday.